More than 100 people have been evacuated from farms at Paarl in the Boland as firefighters battle a fire raging on the slopes of the Drakenstein Mountains. The fire, which broke out yesterday, has been fanned by strong winds. At least one house has been completely gutted. 2 SABC helicopters and over 200 firefighters are battling the blaze, which started on the mountain slopes yesterday afternoon. The second massive fire in as many weeks has completely gutted a manor house on the Calais wine estate. The fire started at the top of the old Drakenstein Pass and spread rapidly overnight. Over 100 people have been evacuated from various farms as a precaution and are being accommodated at a nearby school hall. No injuries have been reported. Well, let's get more now on the situation in the Boland. Our reporter Vanessa Poonah is there. Vanessa, good afternoon once again. So the wind certainly wreaking havoc with efforts to control this. What's the extent of the fire now? Is it under control?
Natasha, yes, good afternoon to you. The wind definitely picking up a bit here in Paarl in the Boland this afternoon. Since earlier today, we've seen 2 Oryx helicopters from the South African National Defence Force battling this blaze, which has already gutted one manor house here in the Paarl area. On the mountain slopes behind me, still heavy plumes of smoke, Natasha, can be seen as this wind fans this these flames that we see coming from the Drakenstein Mountains here behind me. We do know that the Drakenstein Pass has been closed to traffic, remains closed to traffic, and the alternative route there would then be the Huguenot Tunnel in the Paarl Worcester area. But joining me for a latest update on the extent of the fire is Incident Commander Mr. Dale Nokia. Dale, good afternoon to you. At this stage, early on, the fire not yet under control, not yet contained. What is the situation currently?
Okay, currently the fire is approximately 40% contained. The area behind us that you can see is relatively contained at this stage. The main areas that are under threat now are, as you can see to the north, up in the mountain area, mainly pushing in that direction. There are still a number of structures that are threatened, and currently we actually have 4 aircraft in the air, the 2 Oryx helicopters from the SABC and 2 working on fire helicopters also working on the area, plus the 200 firefighters and 19 firefighting vehicles from the municipalities.
This is the second fire in as many weeks. The first one, firefighters were still busy damping down there when this one broke out. Just some information in terms of what, if you can speculate at this stage, what possibly caused this fire. But you said earlier on it's definitely not part of the first fire we saw breaking out last week.
That's correct. The current cause is unknown of this fire, but it is definitely not the same fire again. This was a fire that started above the old Drakenstein Pass. It's another fire completely that has basically enveloped the old fire area.
And over 100 people have been evacuated as a safety precaution. There have no injuries have been reported as yet. Have there been further evacuations of homes, etc.?
At this stage, no further evacuations have taken place that we're aware of, and there have been no injuries or deaths reported.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dale Nokia, Incident Commander here at Paarl in the Boland, where over 100 people have been evacuated and 4 helicopters are now battling this blaze, saying that at this point the fire is 40% contained, and also still a number of houses and structures are still at risk as the windy and hot conditions make firefighting so much more difficult here in Paarl in the Boland.
Vanessa, thank you very much. Our reporter Vanessa Poonah live from Paarl monitoring those fires.